It means the world to me to have a job where I can help farmers. That's what I want to do, is be here for them.
Alan became a counselor in a rough time. He just has a feeling for what we as farmers are going through.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team, not only us, but Country Financial. And I've learned that there's people that also are going to watch out for us and that care.
Welcome back to Huddle Up, everyone, here on the Missouri Sports Network inside of the Pizza Ranch studio. I got my favorite gentleman here. I got Guy, scoreboard guy with the big wad of whatever he had. I think that's bubble gum, people. Don't get it twisted. Mr. Newcomb has a big thing of bubble gum in his mouth. So when he takes that little half second to swallow, it is definitely juicy fruit. And we got my favorite coach, Mr. Bruce Aarons. Mr. Darren Archer sitting here. Hey, gentlemen, right now, let's jump right into it. Collegiate basketball at all levels has been very interesting, and we have some of our local teams that we want to shine some spotlights on. And one very particular championship that was just won at the NCCAA level. DA, we're going to come right at you. Tell us about it.
Yeah, national champion here in the state of Missouri, College of the Ozarks, led by Coach Becky Mullis, won the NCAA NCCAA Division I national championship. So congratulations to her basketball program. Great job all season long, and quite an honor. As far as the JUCO level is concerned, Moberly women come in to the national tournament as a 17 seed. Three Rivers is the last team to get in on the women's side on the JUCO national tournament. They are the 22 seed. So they will start play, I believe, later tomorrow for a national tournament. NAIA women's basketball. Central Methodist, which has been kind of the darling untold story of the state throughout the year, was undefeated through the conference, through the regional play, made it to the Final Four, but that's where their Cinderella story fell short to Thomas More in the state semifinal, and we lost Johnny.
He's back.
Oh, there he is. And then on the men's side, NCCAA Division II, Ozark Christian finished in 5th place in their national tournament, and Moberly men are the 4 seed going into the national tournament, JUCO national tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas, which will start later this week as well. And Division II on the women's side, really a heartbreaker in the regional final for an opportunity to go to the Elite Eight. Missouri Southern loses 76-77 to Minnesota Duluth. Drury and Central Missouri both got beat in those regional tournaments respectively. On the D2 side, Northwest Missouri State, in kind of an upset, loses to Southern Nazarene 57-61 in the regional championship that was at Northwest Missouri State. And then UMSL wins their regional, beat McKendree, who they had played 3 times in 3 weeks, and advanced to where they eventually lost to Nova Southeastern by 5 in the first round of the Elite Eight. Very good season to UMSL and that crew. And Division I men's basketball, SEMO had the play-in game in the NCAA tournament, lost to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, 75-71. Mizzou wins their first round game against Utah State in a pretty good showing. That was a game that really scared me, but they turn around 2 days later and lose to Princeton. Princeton advances to the Sweet 16. And then finally on the women's side, Division I college basketball, St. Louis University, which was a surprise to get in, but they rolled through their conference tournament, end up winning that conference tournament. They lose to Tennessee in the first round of the NCAA women's tournament. That's college basketball season with a bow wrapped up on it.
Big old pretty bow. And I will add that our MSU Lady Bears bowed out in NIT to the first round to Nebraska. Hey, gentlemen, let's get into this NCAA tournament because it's been one in which I kind of looked at the NCAA men's from the outside. I watched what I saw on TV. They got your highlighted teams. You got your KUs and your Kentuckys and your North Carolina that you seem to see all the time. But man, when that tournament tipped off, and I could hear that last song, "The ball is tipped where you go, you're running for your life," and that just got me going. They played a little bit of that before the tournament started. Guy, let's break down some of these brackets and see some of the biggest wins and losses, and who some of the shockers of some games that just kind of you didn't see coming.
Well, I didn't see any of it coming. I've only got 7 of my Sweet 16 left. I mean, it's ridiculous. I do have my national champion left with Texas, but I mean Alabama. The number one, maybe the number one overall seed, they advanced to the Sweet 16. Not really much trouble at all. They got a 21-point win in the first round, 22-point win in the second round. Now they play San Diego State. And you talk about Princeton and Mizzou. Missouri gets that first Utah win, then they lose to Princeton by 15. Now Princeton advances, and they got to play Creighton, so they've got an opportunity here to get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, Mizzou got outplayed just up and down. That's our flagship state school. They got played up and down. Mizzou I didn't see them have the ability to separate. And I thought Princeton went into that game going, hey, if you give us Mizzou, I'll take that matchup after beating Arizona. And I thought they went into it with the same mindset that Missouri had. We're not scared of Princeton. And Princeton said, hey, but guess what? We're not scared of Mizzou. And I thought Princeton took it to them. And really, I'm not sure they played them 10 times, how many times Mizzou would win. It might be 6-4, 5-5, but I think Princeton is just as good a team as Mizzou.
Yeah, and then you get into the west side of the bracket, KU's going. They lose to Arkansas 72-71. Now, Bill Self hadn't coached in the tournament, and maybe that's a different outcome with the substitutions and the things like that went on in that Arkansas game. Arkansas has been beat up all year, but now they advance. They play UConn, who defeated St. Mary's. But, on the east side of that bracket, FDU, Fairleigh Dickinson University upsets Purdue. And, of course, then they get beaten the next round by FAU, Florida Atlantic University, who now's got to play Tennessee, the 4 seed. But, the guy at Fairleigh Dickinson, he got a new job.
With Iona, did he?
Yeah, he's gone to Iona because Pitino has left and went to wherever the heck he's going.
I'm about to tell you something. I'll tell you, gentlemen, this right now. There's a handful of Big Ten teams that I don't think people are truly scared of. And I put Wisconsin in there, and I'll put Iowa in there, and I'll put Purdue. And I don't care what you say. Purdue tried to shove it down to the big guy the whole time. And I just don't think that was people. That's a matchup which the teams in mid-majors go, I'll take it and keep it moving.
Well, yeah, maybe Michigan State, but they come in as a 7 seed. Of course, they get a win over the 2 seed Marquette.
Yeah.
But now they've got to play Kansas State, and Jerome Tang. I don't know who lasts longer, either Jerome Tang at Kansas State or Dennis Gates at Mizzou. I don't know which one I'm going to go get move up first.
Right.
But he's a media darling now. Yeah. And he had that interview where he said, "Hey, we just had better dudes. We got some dudes. We just had better dudes than they did." He's turned into a media darling. You've got UCLA, another blue blood on the on the bottom of that West bracket. UCLA's got to play Gonzaga, who's not the Gonzaga that they used to be. They play in a weak conference. St. Mary's gets in as well. But right now you're seeing teams that have got those COVID players at some of these smaller universities that these guys are 24, 25 years old because they got a COVID year. Then they get a redshirt year, and they're going up against these teams that, they've got the one and dones like KU and, even a UCLA maybe. But, it's just kind of weird to see that North Carolina's not even in the tournament this year. And but it's been exciting, and I'm looking forward to the Sweet 16 weekend, and we'll have a Final Four by Monday. And I hope Texas and Alabama are still alive because that's the only 2 Final Four teams I've got left.
Well, I had Fairleigh Dickinson winning it all. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? At least I got a couple good points out of that. DA, how's your bracket look, my friend?
It's a dumpster fire heading straight over the Niagara Falls. It's horrible. Fire may go out, but it's going to end bad.
Well, you can reset it right now, DA guy, very quickly. Reset. Give me who you got winning it right now.
For me, it's Alabama. Until somebody goes out and beats them, and you never can tell. That's the beautiful thing about the NCAA tournament. Until somebody beats them, in my book, they're national champions.
Guy, what do you say, brother?
My national championship champion that I pick is still alive, which is Texas. So I'm going to have to stay with Texas because they are still alive.
All right, gentlemen. I'm going to take UCLA in an upset and just see what they can get done. Hey, appreciate it. Good wrap up on the collegiate level. Like I said, congratulations to all of those that made it. Those that didn't, as always, next year. But right now, you're listening to Huddle Up here on the Missouri Sports Network in the Pizza Ranch studio. We'll be right back with a wrap-up session, talking about some baseball and some other things we'll tie in also. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.